Over the last few years, you may have seen videos and images like these from Venezuela and asked yourself, what's going on there? Venezuela was once the wealthiest country in Latin America, and to this day has the largest oil reserve in the world. But today, it's in a crisis that's led more than 4 million people to flee the country since 2015. I've been trying to wrap my head around what's going on in Venezuela for pretty much my whole life. My entire family is from there, and seeing what's happened there during my lifetime has been scary and confusing. There's a lot to unpack, but here are 3 things to help understand what is going on in Venezuela. 1, there are 2 presidents. Well, not really. There are 2 guys who say they're president, Nicolás Maduro and Juan Guaidó. The Venezuelan people can't seem to agree, and neither can the rest of the world. The US and over 50 other countries say it's Guaidó, but Cuba, China, and Russia say it's Maduro. He's the successor of the late Hugo Chavez, the former president who founded the country's Socialist Party and led the Bolivarian Revolution until he died in 2013. But many Venezuelans blame Maduro for the country's collapse. In 2018, he was elected for another 6-year term. But the opposition said Maduro rigged it, making Juan Guaidó, the leader of the National Assembly, the acting president of Venezuela, according to the country's constitution. It's complicated. 2, Venezuela's economy is in shambles. The country has the highest hyperinflation rate in the world. It hit 10 million% in 2019. Prices for everything from a cup of coffee to a car went up by 130,000% in 2018 alone. And waiting in line at the bank for cash can take you all day. Meanwhile, Maduro's trying to revive the petro. That's the cryptocurrency that he says he introduced partly to get around US sanctions. 3, even if you have money in Venezuela, and keep in mind the majority of the population lives in poverty, food and medicine shortages, lack of access to running water, power outages. Aquí estamos, toda Venezuela sin luz, pero todo bien. And one of the highest homicide rates in the world make it hard to just live. Today, the United Nations says 5,000 people leave the country every day. So what happens next? How does the country get out of this crisis? That's the question that everybody asks me. But the reality is, there's no clear answer. All attempts at resolving conflict through dialogue have failed, and international efforts to help haven't been fully successful. In the meantime, Venezuelans, like my family, continue to struggle to survive in a country that's unrecognizable to the world and to those of us who call it home.